Hello everyone, welcome to another episode here on this Malakai campaign. So, yeah, we're gonna get a new Age of Reckoning. That is fine. I didn't achieve most, but that's kinda okay. Let me see what I go for research. Yep, Iron Veterans, that's nice. I want the charge attribute for those great weapon units. And one thing that I'm gonna try to do, I don't think I can go to Crudenwald, so I'm gonna try to finish off Skaeling on this episode. And I'm going to start doing, like I mentioned on the previous episode, a lot of pushing through. You know, a lot of I'll do a lot of turns without showcasing to you, and I'll just resume them because I've achieved short victory, and from now on it's kind of like, let me just register a long victory as well, or even an endgame victory. So lots of stuff happening. One thing that I want to do is to save up the money to ensure that the Malakai's horde is done, and then I'll also do a couple of salvaging and stuff on magic items and stuff. So if you see, if at any point in time, this is what I want to say, I won't remember everything that I've done to showcase it. So if you see something different, oh, that guy didn't used to have that item. Well, that's because I changed it. So and I didn't show it. So, Rumgrim Mountains. I really want to ensure that I get a little bit more income here and there. I mean, but this is unpleasant terrain. I want to use the other one. So if he goes and tries to attack it, that would be perfect, because I would, settle it down. And I'm having some trouble because of confederations. Previously, the Confederation, the Public Order, it's getting a problem. I need to delete that and get a Public Order building. I keep forgetting that I'm doing this on Legendary. So, and there's a lot of stuff that I would have optimized. So I'll have... I'm thinking on doing, after a full campaign, I'm thinking on doing, a retrospect. What would I have done differently? And yeah, definitely just getting a retrospect sort of video there, to give you a little bit better advice for what I would have done differently in terms of the early game, the early and the mid game. And to, if you play a second campaign, of course you would have changed things. So yeah. If you hear some meows, it's because my cat is really desiring some cuddling. So yeah, he's here. It's fine. So what I'm doing here is just trying to ambush. I know there's some greenskin armies here and there. Let me see if I can get some northern provinces units. Yeah, I am going for these. I think I'll go for Celestial Lions later. Can I get some bears? Yeah, but not enough to get 2 units, so I don't want that. We get some stuff here. Yeah, definitely. I should have gotten, the deeps much sooner, But I really wanted it to be on Krakadrak, just for, kind of like the theme there. So yeah. So always at the end of your turn, check for deals. Ensure you're not missing out stuff that you could. And yeah, everything seems to be fine. Number of armies, 6 armies, which is not bad, considering the number of provinces that I have. Now, typically I have this kind of rule that for every 2 provinces you kind of have 1 army up until turn 100, and then it gets a little bit escalating. But yeah. So let's go here for just trying to ensure that my armies are, in settlements, so that I gain a little bit more control. So if you try to move them around, I'll battle that out. That's for sure. And yeah, it seems like everything is fine for now. Let's end the turn. Okay. What can I get here? Lord of the Deep seems nice, but I think I can go, Blessed by Grumney, of course. That means that my basic infantry is actually quite powerful now. Let me declare war on this guy and just auto-resolve this one. I say auto-resolve because, I mean, with the amount of gyrocopters, they don't have anything against them. So I would have just demolished that. Well, they have some javelins, but I mean, yeah, I would get away from the javelins, just destroy the cavalry units, destroy the single entities, and then what? I'm pretty sure I would have done even a better work than the auto resolve. And right now I do need to keep going with the videos, otherwise we're gonna be here for forever. And I keep, you know, trying to justify the fact that I have to advance, and I'm pretty sure that you guys know. So let's go inspirational leader there to get the replenish. It's always very important to have the replenish. Okay, it's one of the best things to, you know, to incorporate. Now I'm recording this at the same time that I'm ensuring that my that I'm doing a backup actually between two of my hard drives, my SSD drives, actually external ones. So if it is laggy, my apologies. I do not know really how this works, but it's what I was able to do, guys. I wasn't able to do it really well. Okay, so I couldn't attack him, which is a problem. But hopefully he'll just land there and then I'll be able to attack him. So Grombrindle is arriving here. And do note, Grombrindle, I'm not building up the army yet for Grombrindle. I'm just using anything that I can. But he will have those 3 Grudge Rakers, you know? And I'm kind of looking forward to showcase how they work, actually. Because I have yet to show it, and it's turn 77. But that's the thing, that's a cool thing, you know? You always want to showcase some stuff. So I'm gonna send him a couple of gyrocopters. Yeah, why not? And he's gonna get those units, that's for sure. Scalf needs to get closer to Malakai so that he can recruit units, and likely he's gonna do the recruiting for another army very soon. So I'm gonna have to start, you know, I'm thinking at turn 100 I want all these armies with the endgame compositions for them. So that's the goal there. That's a goal there. So Morgus, for instance, is likely going to have a finished army composition very soon. I'm thinking if I should push over to the Saber Mountain with this guy. Likely can. And Morgus, I don't know, maybe I should just double check if I'm not being attacked here. There's a lot of issues, you know, with armies moving around, so I gotta be careful. Okay, research. I'm thinking that it's time to go for Thane's Authority, so it's the one that gives it +2 control. And it's very important because if I'm gonna be confederating a lot of lords, then it's always -4, and to have that +2 at least it helps out. Because otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna have some issues with public order everywhere. So, what can I do now? Nothing here. Okay, let's end up the turn. And I defeated a couple of armies. It was so very easy, actually. So let's get Cinderblast here. And I think a gunsight would be nice. Yeah. I really don't think I can reach Deadly Onslaught because I don't have the points. Either Oath of Forging, that would be nice because, you know, it always helps that you have a little bit extra there in terms of Oath Gold. So I'm thinking that's the good one. Yep. And I can always, you know, rework them, but that's the build idea that I'm going for. Finally, I'm going to go for Mentor there. I don't really like to go too much into Mentor. There's a lot of ideas around them, but it feels honestly a very powerful one because you can just split up the experience and really raise heroes really strong. But it kind of, I don't know. I'm a little bit against too much hero spam, just because it doesn't feel well sometimes. I don't know. I know, it just feels weird. So, let me get some Oath Gold on these places where wherever I can, I'll just get some Oath Gold, okay? It feels weird because at one point it's like, oh, I'm running a party, a Dungeons and Dragons party and not an army, you know? So I try to mix those. So let's get a Thane here, and that'll be mainly to spread control and to ensure that I get a little bit of view, you know? Let me check if some ancillaries for him. Yeah, of course, some income stuff, some corruption, control, that's always nice. Cooper, yeah, less corruption, that's awesome. And the runesmith, yeah, why not? And stonemason, of course, so there's always so many stonemasons in my armies. Student, that's perfect. Perfecto. And then troll slayer, yeah, doesn't matter. Treasure hunter also not, because he's not going to do anything there. Yeah, I think that's fine. So that is cool. I can get peace with scaling, but yeah, I really want them dead. As always, I always recommend, guys, that you should go for complete kill of any enemies, because it just eases up things. And I want to follow that advice. So I'm going to focus on Malakai's Horde, like I was saying. You know, it's a lot of money, but right now, between fights and the income that I gain and some diplomacy stuff, I really managed to get, you know, a building a turn or something like that. So I'm hopeful that I can get to Thunder Barges, you know, around turn 85 or something like that, and then it's just the time to recruit them. So Rumgri, it's fine. He's going to get some units. If not mistaken, those would be some Thunderers. And right now, what am I going to do? So I do need a Lord here. Do I have anything that gives control? Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna get that engineer. Why not? I'll just give him some ancillaries that give control or something like that. Income, that's fine. Let me get a choir master from Gotrek. Yeah, it's fine. He doesn't need it. And what else? What else? A stonemason? Yeah, why not? I have so many. The treasure, yeah, troll slayer, that's fine because he'll always join some lord. So that's -2. I could get a lord, but I wonder if I should do it with the confederation now, because I can get either Thoric or I can get Ungrim Iron Fist. I think I'm gonna go for Thoric. He's actually, you know, easier to use up. Now, there's a lot of possibilities of getting rebellions around here, so that's a problem, but overall, I think we're doing fine. So yeah, let's recruit him and get some units for him as well. Mainly, I'm going to have a full army of almost a full army of quarrelers here for him, and maybe some cavalry units, maybe some demigriff halberds would be nice, and then some war bears or something like that. Yeah, I think Thoric would be nice with that. You know, 4 cavalry units and then a ton of quarrelers. Should be fine. So some bears. I get to do 2 bears. That's great. Don't get to recruit anything else here. Okay, that's fine. So -3, that's a bit of a problem. There's going to be some rebellion there, but hopefully it should be fine. Over here, Scalf. I likely will recruit some quarrelers with Scalf as well to give to Thoric. And like slowly build up Thoric's army, you know? And over here, well, it seems like the Saber Mountain should be fine for me to conquer. It seems like it. And what do I have nearby? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for it. Oh, that's nice. Let me get some Strider here. Yeah, for those birds. And some better leadership. Maybe the miners, they kind of need it. Yeah. Not the ROR because it doesn't need that. I can auto it. That's okay. Let's occupy. Let's demolish those buildings. At least I can get some income from them. They're good, and I don't mind getting, you know, hammerers, but I'm thinking that I'm likely going to get counterattacked anytime. Okay, the aura. I think it's a nice one, getting the aura. Oh, but I really want to go for the replenishment. Okay. And Morgurs. I know that likely there's some armies here coming over. Do I want that? Yeah, I'm gonna have to defend here. Let me ambush. And hopefully there's some stuff that I can do. There we go, there's some Skaven. I would love if I would ambush them. Yeah, so let me go back. That's why you always, always scout ahead. It gives you a little bit of information, So I'm in a good position to ambush. And I'm getting Grombrindle, so finally I'm going to be able to push on that location. So I'm just moving these heroes to avoid the notification. And I'm wondering if I should build too much here, because the biggest issue is that these are the places that are getting attacked a lot. Yeah, I'm going to get the rebellion there. Let's just check diplomacy once more. There's a lot of rebellions possible because I got the Confederation, so yeah. Hopefully I get the Skaeling. Okay, and I do manage an ambush. And I'm gonna fight it because it states close victory when absolutely not. This is an army that I can demolish with the forces that I have. I mean, lots of hammers against all the infantry is gonna destroy them. Then I have the missile units against all of those. Oh god, this is going to be so easy. I mean, they're going to fight and almost destroy the Doom Wheels pretty much before they do anything. And then I'll have the gyrocopters just and gyro bombers just stationed whenever necessary. I'm thinking on letting them fire, then moving them for the bombs. And likely the rattling gunners are going to flee. If they don't, I'll bombard them. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to showcase everything to you. So there we go, tons of fire. Likely these Doom Wheels, I mean, I think that even in one volley I can destroy one. So I got some bombs out, that was nice. The rattling gunners are likely gonna flee and die. So already got one Doom Wheel done. And the infantry is definitely dying already. Let's go, shoot them up. There we go, there's another one. And I think even another one before it engages. So I'm still dropping bombs with the with my bombers and gyrocopters. And now all of this infantry, I mean, it cannot go even close against my hammerers, because this is the perfect situation where he had a good army, let's say, to deal some more damage with the rattling gunners. But I mean, look at this. They're already routing. They lost so much in the beginning of the attack. Yeah, that's a very easy battle and not a lot of losses for me. So yep, that's cool. Some grudges settled. And look at that, I nearly lost nothing. So I even want to get the replenishment, or do I want the treasury? The treasury, of course. I'm feeling confident. So I got Mad's map. And I'm gonna be honest, of course I already played a little bit at this moment in time that I'm recording. And I thought on using it, but then it's like, no. This can completely throw me off. So I'm gonna equip it and then remove it very soon. So Negative has been destroyed, which means that there's a lot of issues likely happening on the new world. So maybe that's where I'll move out once everything is done, and set for. So yeah, I have thorax armor. I gotta be careful because, because these things, they are the issues that sometimes happen, that when you confederate, you don't realize that they have the weapons, but they're not equipped, and sometimes only when you fight you realize that. And it's kind of fine. I could have some interesting weapons here. I could give him the man's map, but no, I don't think it's good that he would get that. So if I leave it, trust me, it won't be for too long. Because I can't remember what I did at this point, but I know that I've equipped the Mads map and then was like, nah, this is mad. This is gonna get me in trouble. So let me just give him a lot of banners and standards and stuff, just to ensure. Oh, I can get a dwarf bride. It's nice. Just to ensure that I get some stuff up. Shipwright, yeah, he's gonna be in wandering around the sea a little bit, so I don't want to have any issues with that. Some of these banners, now I'm thinking I can just get some stonemasons, because he's gonna be stationed for a long time before I even given the proper army that I want to use for him. And of course I could do the other way around. You know, sometimes I prioritize buildings, sometimes instead of army. When some people go like, no, I want to get my army first and then the buildings, and that's perfectly fine. That's actually perfectly viable, but I like to try and use, you know, some unconventional armies whenever I can. Like Malakai is almost done. He only needs the thunder barges, and it's turned 79 and I have yet to obtain them, and I think I could get them like the earliest maybe at the 50 turn or something like that if I had rushed for it. Let me get sharpened weapons. Yes. There we go. So there's a lot of armies here, and I'll just wreck one by one, because it's going to be very easy. They're going to attack and maybe conquer those places, but then I'm going to defend and I'm going to deal with them, you know. So I don't have a lot of units here. I could recruit some miners, but I really don't want to have to recruit miners and then they'll just die and do nothing. So for now, I think I can try to get some buildings here, and if not, I'll just, you know, recuperate the money from them. So Grumbrindle likely is going to counterattack there with the other army as well, which is perfect. This is how, you know, you can manage to hold on almost forever with a couple of armies, just retreating when necessary, just letting them, you know, pursue you, and then they get into a settlement battle or they get into an ambush and you deal with that army, and slowly the massive armies is done. Because I've been under attack here for like, what, 20 turns straight, and I still have the settlements and I'm still conquering, you know? And what I want now is just to set up some ambushes, just to hide the army, so that, you know, this way the AI feels fine in attacking, when they shouldn't, when they should just wait for more armies. And this is something that people don't realize, because if you showcase that you have as many armies as the AI, they'll get more. But if you show that you have less, they'll feel confident, they'll send some of their armies into another place, and then you have to deal with way less. And that's sometimes the difference that we see in playstyle. Oh, that's cool. I can get a lot of income here from this guy. Always get a lot of gold from their deals. I could get a lot from the Skaeling for peace, but I really want to finish them off. Mainly because, you know, even with one settlement, the AI can field like a couple of armies, and that's a problem. I'm gonna put this guy... do I even want to fight with him? I think I'm gonna put him... the best option would be to remove it from the equation, you know, and even leave the location. I'm just gonna build up some stuff. That's 9,000. 9,000, it's a lot. I can, you know, improve this province almost to the maximum. Oh, I can attack here or get a close victory. That's perfect. That's done. Let me get more oath gold and more gold. That's okay. I could get that, but this is expensive here. Hold on. What can I get? Hammers. Yeah, that would be nice, but... Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna need some, you know, public order, some control stuff, you know. So I gotta be careful with this. Yeah, I should have focused on Malakai, but that'll come. That will arrive. Okay, so obstinacy, yeah, the vigor loss reduction is always nice. It's not the best skill, but I always like to improve the army as best as possible. And I was wondering if Norsca would attack me, which would be perfect. After I finish scaling, please. After I finish scaling. So let's move here. The main advantage of Malakai is perfect to raid and conquer the Chaos realms. I wouldn't advise going with Malakai towards the Chaos Dwarfs locations or the Greenskin locations because he's just so good. He can encamp at the end. He has the underway, the special one where you can actually attack with it. Yeah, it always skips. So let me go with Blade Ship. So he's perfect, actually. Malakai is perfect to deal with the Chaos, and then he will deal with something else. Okay, I wish I could recruit the units here now. Should I just cancel out some of the buildings? I think so, because this guy, he needs a couple of handgunners, of thunderers, some other units. I'll see that on the next episode. Well, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.